Nairobi is the most populous city in East Africa, and population statistics place more than a third of the Nairobi dwellers in the various slums around the city, approximately over 600,000 in number. One of these informal settlements, commonly known as slums, is Kibera, which is home to 170,000 people according to the 2009 census. It is in this area that the Youth Development Program was started, with an estimated 15% of the world's 3 billion youths living in sub-Saharan Africa, which translates to 60% of the Kenyan population being under 35 years of age. It is not difficult to envision the need to address the challenges faced by this age group in the country. This youth development program, under the Center for Urban Mission, seeks to respond to the needs of the youth in view of the fact that youth involved in youth development and leadership activities do well in school and experience a smoother transition from adolescence to adulthood. The program was initiated by Reverend Captain Barack Oluoch, who is currently the manager.
Center for Urban Mission began in 2003, and its main mission is to work with the local churches to support them so that they can transform their informal settlements, the communities that they live in. Now, Center for Urban Mission has 6 programs. Our entry point is the discipleship program to the churches, just sensitizing them on the need for them to transform their communities. We have a program for pastors, a 1-year program, where we basically teach them how to teach and preach the Word of God. We have a Christian empowerment program. We have a HIV program. We have a children's ministry program, and we have a youth development program.
Under the youth development and leadership program, the main vision is to see the transformation of the youth in these informal settlements with or through the ministry of the local churches. And the objective of these include the following. 1 is to ensure that these young people are able to access education. 2 is to ensure that they can be able to engage in sporting activities. 3 is to help them be able to develop life skills that can be able to help them to cope with the challenges of the informal settlements. In matters of education, we have a unique program that is called Homework Club. This is an evening study program where the churches which are found in these communities open doors to the children to be able to come and do their studies. And this is because many of the houses are very small, sometimes 10 feet by 10 feet, to accommodate a family of around 10 people, or between 5 to 8. So sometimes we find this is a big challenge to the children who attend school. Secondly, in terms of life skill, what we basically do is to empower these young people with skills that can enable them to cope with life. And this includes issues of sexuality, issues of relationship with their parents and their peers, and we also look at the things to do with drug and substance abuse, which is a real problem in a community like this one. We also look at issues to do with employment. We know there are a lot of underage employment taking place, and this usually interfere with the development and growth of the young people. We also put emphasis on sports. 2 things about sports. 1 is to help these young people be able to release the pressures that they go through in such a very intense community. Overcrowding, competition for so many things, so they need some time to recreate and be able to refreshen themselves. So that is one reason why we do sports. Secondly, is also to bring out the talents that is really inherent in most of these young people. So when they go out to play, some of them begin to discover that they're talented in certain sports. And for us, that has been a very big achievement in the life of the young people that we work with in these communities. We have really had very success stories that we've listened to, and some of the homework club supervisors can be able to attest to this, and even some of the children are able to attest to this. Recently, when we are looking at our own analysis, we are doing an evaluation of the program. We realized that there are so many young people who really say that their academic performance has improved as a result of the homework club initiative that we did. There are 2 young people who last year, in the last Kenya Certificate of Secondary Education, qualified to join public universities from such an environment. And for us, we see that as a big success.
I've benefited a lot from the program. First, with the books, because in the homework club they have been bringing up so many books which are different. At home, you find that there are children maybe are making noise around you. So you find that if I go to homework club, at least it creates a conducive environment for myself.
Teachers have been able to tell us that there is some improvement in the performance of the students. Discipline has increased.
Just seeing a small boy who's not even within the age limit of 13, in class 6, just coming to join the evening program and asking to be let in to join the evening program. Just his zeal and his desire has been a steering force for me.
The other thing that we see as a success is that the parents are talking very positively about this program. We get feedback from the parents. They say that their children are beginning to have very good character. In other words, there's a character formation that is taking place among these young people.
The program has enabled even those students who are not going to church on a Sunday to start going to church and fellowshipping in their churches.
We are working in 3 informal settlements, that is Kibera, Korokocho and Kawangware, with 6 homework clubs, so 6 youth groups. But we are thinking that there's much more that needs to be done. We are thinking in terms of setting up even 10 more within the first 1 year, so that we see that there are more young people can be reached. Because at the moment we are working with around 300 young people, but the majority of the people living in the informal settlements are young people. So if we reach these young people, we believe we'll be able to be effectively reach the entire informal settlements in the city of Nairobi and even beyond.
Well, the youth, like many people say, are actually the light of this nation, of any generation, and therefore need to be nurtured, need to be given options so that they can steer ahead our nation. So the youth also are the community or the age group that is not given options to life, and that's why this program wants to come in and actually expand their program and their horizon. We are empowering the local churches to transform their communities, and they cannot transform their communities if they do not work with people in the whole community. So this program targets youth from all cultures, targets youth from all races within the informal settlement, targets youth from with or without the congregation, whatever religious affiliation they have. The youth are welcome to this program.
Generally, we've been able to reach out as a church, as a pastor. What we've been able to do, we've been able to, as we minister to the youth, when we meet with them every evening, and we've been able to do more than what we were able to do when we were working with our own members.
The program has experienced a number of setbacks. One is the question of movement of people within the slum. And really there's nothing we can really do about that. When somebody finds a job elsewhere, can move with their family, and so we lose the membership of the youth. Secondly is about the security. Some of the slum areas that we work in, that is really very insecure. And because Homework Club is an evening program, the children are sometimes threatened in terms of their safety, and the parents so are also threatened. One of the things that the Homework Clubs have done is to engage the local community leadership so that they can be able to offer some security support. And this has worked in a number of the homework clubs. One in question is the Korogocho and the Kibera Glory. Those areas there were a lot of insecurity, but we are seeing that progress is being made. The other challenge is about the question of finances. To be able to work in such communities, we really need to generate external funding or external financing. And one of the challenges we have faced is that sometimes we run short of finances to help the churches implement the programs. The way out is to seek more support from partners and ask them to improve and also commit themselves into supporting within a given period of time.
Well, the short-term goals is to see that we have many more evening study programs, the homework clubs. But the long-term goal is to see the youth themselves advocate for their own rights as youth, and to make sure that they have youth-friendly environments. So those are the long-term, that is the long-term goal for the youth program.
As the program manager, I see that there is a role that the community, the church, and even the government can be able to play in the life of the young people. My appeal to them is to support such initiatives and be able to realize that the youth have a role to play in transforming the informal settlement. Even as much as we are thinking of upgrading, before we even upgrade, we should be able to be concerned about the social, spiritual, and economic lifestyle of these young people, because I know they are the future of the nation. So if we really embark on effective ministry to these young people, then I believe that the question of transforming the informal settlements will be really addressed. We are very glad to offer our appreciation to the people that have seen us through this far. And we have worked very closely with School Children for Children, a non-charitable organization in UK, and also we have worked with St. Mary's Fetcham in UK. So they have supported us with their finances, and forever we are very grateful, and we are saying that may you continue supporting this program so that we can be able to impact positively in the lives of the young people. The second set of people that we like to appreciate are the churches that have really opened their doors for the young people to come in and be able to be transformed. And so if they refuse, there's no way we could be able to see that this thing is happening. So the churches that we're working with, we are so grateful. And again, the parents who have released their children to be able to be part of this program, we are equally very grateful to you. Because many times you call your children and you release them so that they can come out and be able to participate in our programs. And so we are very, very grateful.
Adolf Hitler once said, "Give me the music of a nation's youth, and I'll control that nation." This sheds light on the vital role played by the youth in any generation. Such a truth should propel all youth initiatives, because it is this age group that carries the mantle of any country. They are our successors, and our future is in their hands. We cannot succeed until our successors succeed. The needs of the youth therefore must be addressed. Otherwise, grim and bleak shall our future be. Alone, we can do great things, but together we can change the world.
Many times I was lost in the darkness, Lord, and I was bound with chains. I never knew I could ever be set free in my life. No, 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 until you came, set me free from my captivity, Lord. You became my hero. That day you came, set me free from my captivity. Oh Lord, you became my hero. You are my hero. You are my hero, Lord. You gave me freedom, freedom to worship you. He is my hero. Jesus is my hero. He is my hero. Jesus is my hero. He is my hero. Jesus is my hero. He is my hero. Jesus is my hero.